And then, the whistle blew. A sound that echoed across the city, unleashing a wave of emotion. Is the moment they dreamed of. A city united, champions crowned, as the world watches Spain celebrate its finest hour. After years of dedication, the dream is realized. Madrid celebrates as their heroes lift the
The stadium lights were so bright that Ahmed could hear the sound of his own breathing. He sat in the very last row of the press box, his laptop open, the live match feed still playing on the screen. The 94th minute. The score was 1-0. And the entire world had its eyes fixed on a referee whose name everyone had forgotten, until tonight, when it would be remembered forever. 2 hours had passed since the final whistle. The stadium was completely empty. But Ahmed was still there, because he had received an email. No sender. No subject. Just a single video attachment and one line. What you saw wasn't the truth. He opened the video. The camera angle showed the referee's room, the same room where match officials gather for their pre-match briefing. The timestamp in the corner read 3 hours before kickoff. A man in a dark suit walked into the room. His face wasn't clearly visible. The referee stood up and shook his hand. There was no audio, only silence. The man placed an envelope on the table. A moment later, he picked it up again. When he left, his hands were empty. Ahmed's heart began pounding. It could have been anything, a sponsorship meeting, a security briefing, or something completely innocent. But in the final 3 seconds of the video, as the man turned toward the door, a small pin on his jacket became visible. It carried the same Federation logo displayed on the desk of the team that had lost the match. Ahmed immediately called his editor. His voice was shaking. "I think we've just seen something we were never supposed to see." Silence filled the other end of the line. Then the editor spoke. "Delete it.
Right now.
And don't tell anyone about this." The call ended. Ahmed stared at his laptop. His fingers hovered over the delete key, then stopped, because suddenly he remembered. The disallowed goal, the red card, the unexplained added minutes. Everything that had seemed strange during the match now felt disturbingly normal, as if someone had already known exactly how the game would unfold. Ahmed didn't delete the video. Instead, he uploaded it to 3 different locations under 3 different names. Then he closed his laptop. As he walked out of the stadium, the last remaining lights finally went dark. At that exact moment, his phone buzzed. A new message. The same number. No name. Just one sentence. "You're too late. Now only you know." Rafael couldn't sleep that night. From the hotel room window, the lights of Madrid stretched across the city, but his mind remained fixed on the photograph still tucked inside his jacket pocket. At 3 a.m., his phone buzzed with a new message. This time, it came from a different number. Room 412.
Come alone.
No security. Rafael's heart began to race. For a moment, he considered calling the police. Then he stopped. If this really was part of a major scandal, and if his own name had somehow become connected to it, speaking to the authorities could destroy his career before he even understood what was happening. He put on his jacket and stepped into the hallway. The hotel was eerily quiet. The only sounds were the faint hum of the elevator and the echo of his own footsteps. The door to room 412 was slightly open. Rafael pushed it gently. The room was empty. No one was inside. Only a laptop sat on the table, its screen glowing in the darkness. A video player was open and paused on a familiar frame. The man in the suit, the envelope, the handshake. But beneath it was a new folder labeled Original Footage Unedited. Rafael clicked it. The video began to play. It wasn't the version he had seen before. This recording included audio. The same meeting unfolded, but this time every word could be heard. "We only want our goalkeeper's training schedule to be a little more flexible," the man in the suit said calmly. "Only on a few specific days. That's all." Then Rafael heard his own voice from 3 months earlier. "That's a normal request." "No problem." The video ended. Rafael slowly lowered himself into the chair and buried his face in his hands. The recording was real. But what disturbed him wasn't that he had done something illegal. Adjusting a training schedule wasn't a crime. The real question was, Why had someone secretly recorded every second of that meeting? And why reveal it now? At that moment, the door behind him clicked shut. Raphael spun around. The same man stood there, smiling. "Now do you understand?" he said. "I never asked you to do anything wrong. I only want one thing. When the next Federation election comes, I want to know which way your vote will go." Raphael's breathing stopped. This wasn't match-fixing. It was something far bigger. A game of power. A game being played beneath the surface of football itself. The man smiled once more. "Think about it. You still have time." Then he walked away, quietly closing the door behind him. Raphael was left alone. The glow of the laptop illuminated his face as one terrifying realization settled in. What he had believed was a match-fixing conspiracy was actually something much deeper, and he was still trapped right in the middle of it.